Atha Yoga Anushasanam. Now begins this discipline we call as yoga. We are in the inner realm, near the silent shores of our soul, in the twilight zone of the subtle body, far, far removed from the maddening noise of the outer world. For many years we have quietly perfected the practice of yoga. First with Hatha Yoga, we brought the outer body into control. Then with Kriya Yoga, we learned to control the subtle body. With this we learned to control the mind so completely that we could sit for hours in total inner silence without a single thought disrupting our silent world of harmony. Then one day our Guru perceived the progress made and initiated us into the practice of Kundalini Yoga. Now this golden day, as we draw in the breath with smooth perfection, we can feel thousands of subtle nerves humming to the sweet vibrations of the inflowing prana. Now we hold, we lock the inner muscles in the secret ways taught by the Guru. We begin contemplation of the great Bijakshari mantra, that single syllable of resonant power. Suddenly an inner explosion occurs. Wave upon wave of shivering thrills course through every cell of our vibrant body. We shudder, then control ourselves through smooth practice. A liquid light collects at the bottom tip of the spine. A shimmering lotus with 4 burning petals unfolds at the base. In a flash we realize that we are one with the great power of the universe. We are no longer fully human, for the coiled power within us has finally been unleashed. We have been born again in a new realm of experience, and we shall never be the same. Atha Yoga Anushasanam. Let us therefore begin this discipline called yoga.
Atha Yoga Anushasanam.
The goal of all yoga is to unite the Jivatma, the individual soul, with the Paramatma, the cosmic spirit. Over the centuries, many great saints have devised different forms of yoga to suit the evolving needs of humanity. Of these, the principal forms valid for the modern age are Raja Yoga, Hatha Yoga, Kriya Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Nadopasana, and Kundalini Yoga. These styles of yoga are similar and yet so different, and it takes a great master to explain their depths and differences. Such a rare saint is Sri Ganapati Sachidananda Swamiji. He attained Siddhi, that is complete unity with God, at age 11, and since then has helped thousands of seekers find their own way to God. In this film, Sri Swamiji enlightens on yoga and helps you to select the style of yoga most suitable to you. Sri Swamiji also unravels for the first time the mysteries of Kundalini Yoga and reveals the secret powers of the 6 chakras.
Ham Ksham.
Raja Yoga was first expressed by the great saint Patanjali in his Yoga Sutras. This is also called Ashtanga Yoga, or the Yoga of 8 stages. Here the student first develops clean habits, adopts a simple lifestyle, then trains his body to peak fitness, learns breath control, practices concentration of the mind, then enters into deep meditation, and through that exalted state arrives at a direct knowledge of the cosmic spirit in a state called Samadhi. Hatha Yoga is the yoga most popular in Western countries. In fact, most people confuse the word yoga to mean Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga mainly concentrates on different styles of physical exercise involving body postures called asanas. It also develops certain internal body cleansing techniques called kriyas. Kriya Yoga involves pranayama, or the science of breath control. In our daily lives, we hardly ever concentrate on breathing correctly. Most of our breathing is shallow and does not nourish the body with the vital life force called prana shakti. The student of Kriya Yoga achieves total physical and mental health just by regular practice of pranayama. The beauty of Kriya Yoga is that it can be done by people of all ages, and it just needs a few minutes of practice each day. Kriya Yoga can take the student into deep spiritual ecstasy and prepare him for initiation into Kundalini Yoga. The path of devotion is called Bhakti Yoga. This is really the simplest, sweetest form of yoga, where all you need is an unshakable faith in God. Just as a river flows lovingly into the sea, the individual soul, powered by bhakti, finds its way into that great ocean of Satchidananda. Many saints of all religions have, through the way of bhakti, reached the shores of the great cosmic spirit. Nadopasana is the yoga of sound, the science that explores the power of music. The great Tansen could light lamps with Deepak Raga. Tyagaraya's music created miracles. Nadopasana is a lost and forgotten art today, with its roots in the ancient treatise called Gandharva Veda. Sri Swamiji, through decades of intense research, has revived this lost art and has created musical compositions with different ranges of healing powers. The student of Nadopasana needs Indriya Nigraha, or sense control. He has to train himself to listen with a concentration so total that he forgets his own existence and becomes one with the music while it lasts. Sustained practice of Nadopasana has a very beneficial effect on the physical body. It also guides the student into a higher spiritual life. The great Saint Patanjali, who wrote Yoga Sutras, directed each individual to practice yoga. This, he said, was not just for physical health, but for mental health also. Yoga enhances intelligence, long life, and creates a balanced approach to all problems of existence. It opens the inner gates of spirituality and unites man with God. Young people all over the world are beginning to show an extraordinary interest in the practice of yogasanas. Yogasanas means Hatha Yoga. Regular practice of Hatha Yoga leads to a healthy body. The asana being performed here is called Surya Namaskara. This is one of the simplest asanas and can be done by beginners. It induces an extraordinary sense of fitness and well-being. It also enhances intellectual capacity. Now let us consider the nature and benefits of Kriya Yoga. The most important part of Kriya Yoga is pranayama, or breath control. Of this, the simplest and one recommended for beginners is called Surya Chandra Bhedana Pranayama. This involves inhaling and exhaling from alternate nostrils in a manner to be personally indicated by a teacher. A few minutes of regular practice of pranayama each day cures a number of physical ailments and leads to peak physical fitness. It also enhances intellectual capacity. Kriya Yoga is a wonderful balm that soothes the sores and aches of modern living. Kriya Yoga can be practiced by people of all ages. Generally, there is a feeling that Hatha Yoga can be done only by youngsters who can bend and stretch. This is not entirely correct, for at least the Surya Namaskara of Hatha Yoga can be practiced by almost everyone. However, even those who cannot bend, stretch or move about freely can practice Kriya Yoga. Finally, for those who find even Kriya Yoga too tedious, there is Nadopasana. Listen with devotion to pure ragas, to bhajans and kirtans. Sing along joyously. Be carried away into rapturous ecstasy. This is the essence of Nadopasana. This too is yoga of the highest order, a yoga that liberates the soul from the bondage of existence. For modern man burdened with various problems of existence and coexistence, there are three simple and sure answers. These are Hatha Yoga, Kriya Yoga and Nadopasana. Just a few minutes of daily practice of any of these will surely result in excellent physical and mental health, as well as a spiritually rich and fulfilled life. For beginners, the simple Surya Namaskara is the recommended asana. This is performed ideally at sunrise in an open place with the body facing the rising sun. If you are too old and cannot bend and stretch, then the simple Kriya Yoga called Surya Chandra Nadi Pranayama is the way. Here one exhales and inhales with alternate nostrils in the manner personally indicated by the Guru. If you are too busy even for Kriya Yoga, then practice Nadopasana. Sing along with this bhajan on the sun god Bhaskaraya. This has been composed by Swamiji specially for busy people burdened with mental tension, hassles, headaches and overexcited nerves.
सप्तश्वरूढं नक्षत्रमालं कोटिकिरण भास्कराय सप्तश्वरूढं नक्षत्रमालं कोटिकिरण भास्कराय सप्तश्वरूढं नक्षत्रमालं कोटिकिरण भास्कराय श्वेतावर्णं स्फटिकाशीलं अग्निवर्णं भास्कराय श्वेतावर्णं स्फटिकाशीलं अग्निवर्णं भास्कराय श्वेतावर्णं स्फटिकाशीलं अग्निवर्णं भास्कराय अग्निवर्ण भास्कराय सप्तस्वरूढं नक्षत्रमालं कोटिकिरण भास्कराय सप्तस्वरूढं नक्षत्रमालं कोटिकिरण भास्कराय प्रथमत विष्णु मध्यत शम्भुं अन्त्या ब्रह्म भास्कराय प्रथमत विष्णु मध्यत शम्भुं अन्त्या ब्रह्म प्रथमत विष्णु मध्यत शम्भुं अन्त्या ब्रह्म भास्कराय प्रथमत विष्णु सप्तस्वरूढं नक्षत्रमालं कोटिकिरण भास्कराय सप्तस्वरूढं गगनसञ्चारी भास्कराय छायालोलं चन्द्र गगनसञ्चारी भास्कराय छायालोलं चन्द्रपालं गगनसञ्चारी भास्कराय गगनसञ्चारी भास्कराय सप्तस्वरूढं नक्षत्रमालं कोटिकिरण भास्कराय सप्तस्वरूढं नक्षत्रमालं कोटिकिरण भास्कराय दग्धज्वालं 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 प्रज्वालाकृति भास्कराय दग्धज्वालं दग्धज्वालं प्रज्वालाकृत भास्कराय 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 दगज्वालं दग्धज्वालं प्रज्वालाङ्कृत भास्कराय दगज्वालं दग्धज्वालं प्रज्वालाङ्कृत भास्कराय सप्तस्वरूप नक्षत्रमाला कोटिकिरण भास्कराय सप्तस्वरूप कोटिकिरण भास्कराय अग्निवस्त्रं सच्चिदानन्दम् अग्निवस्त्रं सच्चिदानन्दम् सच्चिदानन्दं भास्कराय अग्निवस्त्रं सच्चिदानन्दम् सच्चिदानन्द भास्कराय अग्निवस्त्रं सच्चिदानन्दम् सच्चिदानन्द भास्कराय अग्निवस्त्रं सच्चिदानन्दं सच्चिदानन्द भास्कराय अग्निवस्त्रं सच्चिदानन्द भास्कराय अग्निवस्त्रं सच्चिदानन्दं सच्चिदानन्दं भास्कराय अग्निवस्त्रं सच्चिदानन्दं सच्चिदानन्दं भास्कराय सप्तस्वरूपं नक्षत्रमालं कोटिकिरण भास्कराय सप्तस्वरूपं नक्षत्रमालं कोटिकिरण भास्कराय सप्तस्वरूपं नक्षत्रमालं कोटिकिरण भास्कराय सप्तस्वरूपं नक्षत्रमालं कोटिकिरण भास्कराय कोटिकिरण भास्कराय कोटिकिरण भास्कराय 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 भास्कराय
The same force that governs the gross functioning of the universe as well as the subtle movements of each subatomic particle also resides within each one of us, concentrated in a modified form known as the life force or prana shakti. This life force secretly governs the subtle activities of each molecule in every cell and also controls the gross physical, mental and spiritual activities of the human being. Yogis for centuries have known that the human body secretly holds a highly concentrated form of life force stored in the lower tip of the vertebral column in an area called the Mooladhara. According to Kundalini Yoga, the subtle body, which is essentially the force field that envelops and contains the gross physical body and has both physical and psychic components, holds 72,000 subtle channels called nadis. These nadis crisscross the entire span of the subtle body and meet at 6 main centers. These centers are called chakras and are located at 6 points along the length of the vertebral column. The 6 chakras are the Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddha and Agnya chakra. A 7th chakra located above the cerebral cortex is called the Sahasrara. The task of the yogi is to first liberate the coiled Kundalini Shakti located in the Mooladhara and then guide this force through a nadi called Sushumna Nadi along the spinal cord and release each of the 6 chakras. When the life force finally reaches the 7th chakra, the yogi becomes one with the universe and freely merges with the cosmic spirit while still retaining his physical body and individual identity. At the lower tip of the vertebral column, in the realm of the subtle body, there resides the Mooladhara chakra. The yogi liberating this chakra sees it as a lotus with 4 petals. On these 4 petals are the 4 Bijakshari mantras. Sham Sham Sam. This chakra has Bhumi Tattva or earth as its main element and has Lord Ganapati as its ruling deity. The yogi who contemplates and liberates this chakra gains the blessings of Lord Ganapati and also gains a wisdom beyond the reach of ordinary men.
Shonamboje patra chatushke bahu chatushkam shonangi Mooladharadishtatrim tam Dakinyam bam pranamami.
In the area of the subtle body corresponding to the scrotum resides the Swadhisthana chakra, a lotus of 6 petals whose Bijakshari mantras are Bam Bham Mam Ram Lam Yam. This has Jalatattva or water element with Sri Mahavishnu as the presiding deity. The yogi who contemplates and liberates this chakra gains the blessings of Sri Mahavishnu and also gains a deep poetic vision of the universe.
Shaddala Padme Vidita Pravale Damstra Ghoram Nitalakshi Swadhisthana tam Raginyam bam pranamami.
At the point of the subtle body corresponding to the physical center of the solar plexus is the Manipura chakra. This has Agni Tattva or fire as its main element and is visioned as a lotus with 10 petals. Dham dham nam tam tham dam dham nam pam pham. These are its 10 component Bijakshari mantras. The yogi who contemplates and liberates the Manipura chakra gains enormous physical and psychic energies and also gains the power to influence the thoughts and actions of all living things.
Dashadala Padme Utavakati Pre Trinayana Shishra Tritayadyam Manipura Chakradishtatrim tam Lakinyam bam pranamami. Lakinyam bam pranamami.
This is the Anahata chakra, also called the heart chakra. The yogi visualizes this chakra as a lotus with 12 petals whose Bijakshari mantras are Kam Kham Gam Gham Yam Cham Cham Jam Jam Nyam Lum Tham. This is the seat of Pranavayu or the life force so essential to existence and also the center of mental and psychic forces. Liberation of the Anahata chakra also liberates the Anahata Nadam, which yields a treasure house of divine emotions.
Dvadasha Patre Rakta Saroje अस्तिकमालाग्रैवेयाम् नादस्थानेनाहितप्राज्ञे काकिन्याम्बां प्रणमामि काकिन्याम्बां प्रणमामि.
In the area of the subtle body corresponding to the base of the throat, there resides the 16-petaled lotus called Vishuddha Chakra. This has Akasha Tattva or sky as its principal element. The yogi who contemplates and liberates the Vishuddha Chakra gains all the knowledge contained in the four Vedas as well as Kala Jnana, which is the knowledge of all things past, all the events happening in the present, and a prophetic vision into the future.
षोडशपत्रेऽम्बरनीलेब्जे त्रिनयनमस्तकपञ्चयुताम् चक्रविशुद्धाधिष्ठात्रीं ताम् शाकिन्याम्बां प्रणमामि.
The center of the eyebrows is the Agnya Chakra. This is also known as Yoga Sthanam, or the seat of all yoga, as well as Siddhi Sthanam, or seat of all siddhis. This is also the place where 72,000 nadis merge. The yogi visualizes this as a lotus with two petals, with Hum and Ksham as the Bijakshari mantras. Hum Ksham. The Agnya Chakra is the seat of the mind. It emancipates the yogi and grants him the power of the 8 siddhis.
दलयुगलाब्जे स्फटिकसमाने गलकरषट्कां त्रिगुणाक्षी आज्ञाचक्राधिष्ठात्रीं ताम् हाकिन्याम्बां प्रणमामि हाकिन्याम्बां प्रणमामि.
At the point of the subtle body corresponding to the cerebral cortex in an area known as Brahmarandhra is the Sahasrara Chakra. This is symbolized as a lotus of 1,000 petals, signifying the crowning glory of spiritual achievement. This is the pinnacle of truth, bliss and consciousness, the seat of Satchidananda, celebrating the nexus between man and God. The yogi who liberates the Sahasrara Chakra becomes one with the great power of the universe and is no longer fully human, but becomes a walking embodiment of godliness.
Dala Sahasra Padme Bhantim Ugati Todara Sukantim Chakra Sahasrara Adhishtatrim Sri Raja Rajeshim Pranamami Sri Raja Rajeshim Pranamami Sri Raja Rajeshim Pranamami. Mooladharam Tha Swadishtanancha Madipuragam Anahatam Vishuddhakyam Agyachakram Vidurbuddha Adharasvarupani Konachakrani Parvati Trikona Shakti Bindu Rupa Sivasutta Avibhava Sambandha Tasmat Bindu Trikonayo. Mooladhare Mahavijapatre Sajitushke Vamsham Shamsam Varnavishale Suvishale Raktam Varna Sri Gananatam Bhagavantam रक्तं वर्णं श्रीगणनाथं भगवन्तं दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि स्वादिष्टाने षड्गणपात्रे सतुलिङ्गे बालन्तारे वर्णविशाले सुविशाले पीतं वर्णं वायुवतिरूपं तुगिनन्तं दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नाभीपाले अङ्गदशारे नववर्णे लक्ष्मीकान्तं करुणारूढं नरवीरं नीलं वर्णं निर्गुणरूपं निगमान्तं नीलं वर्णं निर्गुणरूपं निगमान्तं दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि उत्पद्मान्ते द्वादशपत्रे स्वरवर्णे साम्बश्चैव हंसविशेषं शमयन्तम् सर्गस्थितं कुर्वन्तं शिवशक्तिं दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि कण्ठस्थाने कमलाङ्के चन्द्राकारे षोडशपत्रं स्वरवर्णे मायाबीजं बीजशिवतं निजरूपं दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि आज्ञाचक्रे स्थाने विहलानि हंसबीजं ज्ञानसमुद्र गुरुमूर्तिं विद्युद्वर्णं ज्ञानमयं तं जटिलाख्यं दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि मूर्धस्थाने वारिजपत्रे शशिबीजे शुभ्रं वर्णं रत्नसहस्रं सुविशालम् अम्बीजाख्यं वर्गसहस्रं तुर्यन्तम् अम्बीजाख्यं वर्गसहस्रं तुर्यन्तम् अम्बीजाख्यं वर्गसहस्रं तुर्यन्तम् दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि दत्तात्रेयं श्रीगुरुमूर्तिं प्रणतोऽस्मि ब्रह्मानन्दं ब्रह्ममुकुन्दं भगवन्तं ब्रह्मानन्दं ब्रह्ममुकुन्दं भगवन्तं ब्रह्मज्ञानं सत्यमनन्तं भवरूपम् ब्रह्मज्ञानं सत्यमनन्तं भवरूपम् पूर्णं चिद्गणपञ्चमुखं शिवरूपम् पूर्णं चिद्गणपञ्चमुखं शिवरूपम् दत्तात्रेयं पूर्णमदमदनतं